Hi Leo, I'm Jude. Welcome to your weekly reading. Leo, this is a reading for the week of the 12th of May. And to start with, we'll look at what's been going on for you and then we'll get into the week of the 12th of May. And Leo, if you're happy to subscribe and like, I really appreciate that support because it does help my channel, so thank you. Let's get going. Here we've got the Death card, Scorpion energy. But the Death card says something's ended. There's been a change, moving on from something after it's ended. Change and transformation. And the Page of Wands says there's a little bit of inspiration beginning here about where you're heading. So something's ended, I feel, Leo. Something's changed and you're moving on. Going through that sort of transformation time, that transition time, and you're looking for a spark of what the next adventure is, where you're heading. Page of Wands, you know, could be job, could be work, could be career, could be business, could be travel, all sorts of things. But you're looking for the inspiration about where to go because you know something's ended and you've got to move on. The change is happening. Let's look at the cards. What comes out for the week of the 12th? Got incredible winds happening here today. It's blowing a gale outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but all right, for Leo, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Remember, these are generals, so this may or may not resonate. Oh. I think there's one more. Let's have a look. For Leo, please, the week of the 12th of May. Okay. Under the deck, the Fool, which is the card of a new beginning. Kind of like wiping the slate clean, a fresh start, a new beginning. So something's ended and there's a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. You're looking for the next option, the next step. Maybe you're looking at relocating. Could be a lot of things, let's see. A bit going on here emotionally because we've got several cup cards and water energy around the swords. So swords are about thinking, but both of these sword cards have water in them. So there's a lot of emotion here, Leo. And you're wanting to move on from a situation that you felt quite conflicted about. So the Six of Swords says there's been some type of conflict, something here that's happened, and you're starting to move away from it and move on, which the Death card would suggest as well. And your energy is starting to settle. Now, there is still this choice sitting here about which way to go. And it is a tricky choice because it's unclear. Our little character doesn't have the clarity. They've got a blindfold on. So there's confusion here about which way to go and this choice or decision to make. The Knight of Cups says there's an offer of love. This could be an apology. Maybe you're the one offering the apology or maybe someone's offering it to you, Leo. But the Knight of Cups says here is an offer of love. Now, if you were single, it could be about love coming into your life. A fresh new energy, or if you're in an existing dynamic, maybe there's been a conflict and you're trying to work out which way do I want to go here, and this offer of love could bring that back into a fresh beginning should you choose it, Leo, because the Queen of Wands is fire energy. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and I know it's a queen, but gender isn't the issue here. It's just the energy of the card. But it's listening to your intuition, Leo, and working out what's right, backing yourself and kind of going, what do I really want here? Because the Eight of Wands says there's a lot of opportunity comes in very quickly. It could be randomly for some of you, you could be getting on an aeroplane and traveling. And the Queen of Cups is that very stable, calm energy. You could have a water sign around you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Maybe you actually go and get some support, emotional support from a counsellor or a life coach, someone like that, as you navigate this, because it does feel like there's a lot of emotion on the table and you're trying to work out which way to go after a conflict. The Two of Cups suggests there is peace and harmony and balance restored. As I said, you know, these are general, many different options here. This could be about love coming into your life if you were single. If you've been in an existing dynamic and maybe there's been a fallout, this could be two people coming back into a place of harmony and balance and love. It's going to vary depending on what's going on, but it's you kind of feeling very strong and empowered in yourself, Leo, and working out what is of value to you and how you want to go forward. Do you want to leave it behind? The Death card, you know, says it's changing. Or do you want to call it a clean slate and start again? Only you can choose, Leo, but it's a big choice. All right, I'm going to close your reading out with a little bit of wisdom and guidance from Spirit for Leo. Ten of Pentacles under here feels like it sits in around home and family or finances. And you've also got the Ten of Wands. So definitely tens in the tarot are about cycles or chapters coming to a completion, as is the Death card. So something's changed here. Eight of Pentacles says there's a bit of work to be done. And the Ten of Wands encourages you not to do it all by yourself, Leo. It says delegate a little bit, get someone to help you a little bit. Pick your battles, kind of, is the feeling too. You know, maybe because the Ten of Wands can be quite an overwhelming energy. There's a lot to be done. I think Capricorn had something similar to this. So you may have a Capricorn person around you, or maybe have a look at the Capricorn reading and see if it resonates. I don't know why that's popped into my head, but it did. So a lot to work on, a little bit of overwhelm here, a lot of emotion, Leo, as you're going through a change somewhere, somehow. All right, I hope you have a great week. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week, Leo.